In this provider training video, we will demonstrate how to assess item GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear, using two different coding scenarios. Remember, this item is coded at both admission and discharge. Putting on, taking off footwear is defined as the ability to put on and take off socks and shoes or other footwear that is appropriate for safe mobility, including fasteners if applicable. Let's assess Mr. Wilson's admission performance for putting on, taking off footwear in order to accurately code GG0130H.
I did enjoy my breakfast this morning. But right now, I am really tired.
Thinking of taking a nap?
Are you reading my mind? That was exactly what I was intending to do.
I bet you're a little tired, but you'll be feeling like your old self soon.
Yep, but right now, I can't take these darn socks off. You think you can help me? I seem to be struggling with this.
Yes, of course. You just focus on your breathing. Nice and slow. There you go.
Thank you. I got like this morning, trying to put on my socks and shoes. Thank goodness my aide was here to help me.
Of course. We're here to help.
How would you code Mr. Wilson's admission performance for GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear? Code 06, independent. Code 05, setup or cleanup assistance. Code 04, supervision or touching assistance. Code 03, partial moderate assistance. Code 02, substantial maximal assistance. Or Code 01, dependent. The correct answer for Mr. Wilson's admission performance for GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear, is 02, substantial maximal assistance. Substantial maximal assistance is defined as when a helper does more than half of the effort. The helper lifts or holds the patient's or resident's trunk or limbs, providing more than half the effort. Mr. Wilson required the nurse to provide more than half of the effort to remove his socks and put on his slipper socks due to his shortness of breath. As a result, you would code this item 02, substantial maximal assistance. After admission, in many circumstances a patient or resident will receive nursing and/or therapy services with the goal of improving functional status. An assessment of functional status related to self-care is typically completed at discharge. Now let's review a second coding example assessing Mr. Wilson's discharge performance for putting on, taking off footwear in order to accurately code GG0130H.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilson. Did you have a nice nap?
Oh, hi there, yes. But I have to get ready now. My family's coming to visit. They will be here soon.
Whoa, slow down there. They won't mind if you're late.
Yes, of course. I'm still trying to pace myself. I was always a man of action, always ready to go at a moment's notice. Would you mind grabbing my shoehorn? I think it's on the chair.
Sure thing, Mr. Wilson. There you go.
Thank you. This thing sure comes in handy. I'm very glad that the therapist suggested using it. This thing has helped me with getting ready every day.
Glad to see you're improving.
How would you code Mr. Wilson's discharge performance for GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear? Code 06, independent. Code 05, setup or cleanup assistance. Code 04, supervision or touching assistance. Code 03, partial moderate assistance. Code 02, substantial maximal assistance. Or Code 01, dependent. The correct answer for Mr. Wilson's discharge performance for GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear, is 04, supervision or touching assistance. Supervision or touching assistance is defined as when the helper provides verbal cues and/or touching, steadying, and/or contact guard assistance as the patient or resident complete the activity. Assistance may be provided throughout the activity or intermittently. In this scenario, the nurse assessed that the patient or resident required supervision and touching assistance while taking off his slipper socks and putting on his socks and shoes. At Mr. Wilson's request, the nurse also provided a shoehorn, which he used to put on his slip-on shoes. Beyond the supervision, touching, and setup assistance, no additional physical support or instruction was provided by the nurse to the patient or resident to complete the activity. Due to the supervision provided by the nurse, GG0130H putting on, taking off footwear would be coded 04 supervision or touching assistance. This video demonstrated coding for item GG0130H, putting on, taking off footwear, based on the type and amount of assistance provided by a nurse to complete the activity. The video captured a patient's or resident's performance at admission and then at discharge. In these scenarios, Mr. Wilson demonstrated improved performance in this self-care activity. The first scenario demonstrated an admission performance of code 02, substantial, maximal assistance. The second scenario depicted the same patient or resident at discharge, where the performance was identified as code 04, supervision or touching assistance. We hope you found this video helpful. For more information on coding section GG, refer to your setting-specific guidance manual, which can be found on the CMS website.